Hi, second graders. It's Miss S with your text study lesson for today. So today we're going to continue reading our nonfiction text, Volcanoes. So make sure that if you did not watch yesterday's lesson where we read the first part of this text that you're going back and watching that now and then coming here and joining us here. And then also remember that this video has two parts. So you have part one with me right now, and then make sure you're sticking around for part two where we practice our skill of the day. So let's jump right in. Right where we left off yesterday. Meet a volcano or three. Not all volcanoes are the same. What kind they are depends on how they erupt. The lava from a shield volcano is hot and liquid. Rivers of lava flow from the volcano's vents. These lava flows create a gently sloping volcano. Right here it says, Olympus Mons on Mars is a shield volcano. It is the largest volcano in our solar system. Seen from above, it is round like a shield. The Hawaiian myth of Pele tells the story of how Pele, goddess of earth and fire, built a home on Mauna Loa. Violent volcanic eruptions are said to be Pele losing her temper. Right here, it says Mauna Loa. So this is this volcano. A cone volcano has straight sides and tall, steep slopes. These volcanoes have beautiful eruptions. Hot ash and rocks shoot high into the air. Lava flows from the cone. One day, a cone volcano started erupting in a field in Mexico. It erupted for 9 years. When it stopped, it was almost as high as the Empire State Building. This is a building that's located in New York City, and it's very, very tall. It's one of the tallest buildings in our country. Right here it says, even though the protrusion stopped exploding in 1952, the ground around it is still hot. Scientists guess that it spits out 10 trillion pounds of ash and rock. A stratovolcanic is like a layer cake. First, lava shoots out and coats the mountain. Then come rock and ash. Then more lava. The mountain builds up with layers of lava, rock, and ash. There is a myth about Vulcan, a Roman god of fire and iron. He lived under Vulcan Island near the Mount Etna. Every time Vulcan pounded his hammer, a volcano erupted. The word volcano comes from the name Vulcan. So there's a lot of myths or stories surrounding these volcanoes and how they came to be. The true story of Crater Lake. Crater Lake may seem like a regular lake, but is actually a stratovolcano. It was once a mountain called Mount Mazama. Now it is a deep, clear lake in Oregon. An explosion over 6,000 years ago blew the top off Mount Mazama. Lava, dust, and ash swept down the mountain. The mountaintop fell in, and a giant caldera was formed. Over time, the caldera, a crater, filled with water. It is the deepest lake in the United States. Right here it defines the word caldera. A caldera is formed when the top of a volcano caves in. This caption says, after the mountain collapsed, there were more eruptions. In one, a small cinder cone of ash and lava was formed. This cinder cone pokes out of the lake. It is called Wizard Island. Here we have pictures and our captions. This name is Pahoho. How it forms. Fast, hot liquid lava hardens into smooth rope-like rock. Its special power is it hardens into beautiful and weird shapes known as lava sculptures. This volcano is Aa. How it forms. The crust on top of Aa, lava hardens into sharp mounds of rock. Special power, it can cut right through the bottom of your shoes. Wow. Here we have Pele's hair. How it forms. Lava fountains throw lava into the air where small bits stretch out and form glass threads. Special power. These strands of volcanic glass are super thin and long, just like hair. Small, tear-shaped pieces of glass called Pele's tears sometimes form at the end of Pele's hair. So that's where it gets its name. Pumice. How it forms. A big explosion, molten rock can get filled with gas from the volcano. When the lava hardens, the gas is trapped inside. Its special power is the gas makes the rock so light it can float on water. Volcanic record breakers. Indonesia, a string of islands in the Ring of Fire, has more erupting volcanoes than anywhere else. The place with the most volcanic activity is not Earth. It is on Io, one of Jupiter's moons. So that's Jupiter is another planet in our solar system. In 1883, the explosion of Krakatoa was the loudest sound in recorded time. People heard the explosion over 2,500 miles away. Anaka Krakatoa, which means child of Krakatoa, is a volcano that was born in 1927 where Krakatoa used to be. Mount Etna is the largest active volcano in Europe. Hot stops. Do you want to visit somewhere really hot? Check out these hot spots. Places on Earth where magma finds its way through Earth's crust. Hotspots are also heated by volcanic activity. This caption says, the Hawaiian Islands are all volcanic mountains. They start on the seafloor and poke out above the sea. Klaneu in Hawaii is still erupting. As long as it keeps erupting, the island of Hawaii keeps growing. Here we have some pictures and captions. On Kishu Island in Japan, some people use hot springs to boil their eggs. Take a bath with the monkeys in Japan. In Iceland, you can swim in pools heated by volcanoes. Exploding ending. If you visit Yellowstone National Park, you will be standing on one of the biggest supervolcanoes on Earth. Yellowstone sits on an ancient caldera. Magma still bubbles and boils a few miles below ground. Yellowstone has lots of geysers, more than 300. The magma below Yellowstone caldera heats underground water. The water boils and bursts to the surface as geysers, spraying steam and hot water high into the air. Go to Yellowstone and see Earth in action. And then on our last page, we have some definitions and pictures and captions. Let's go through them. Remember, a caldera is formed when the top of a volcano caves in. Magma is thick, liquid, melted rock. We talked about that a lot. Magma chamber is the space deep underground filled with melted rock or magma. Tsunami, large waves created by events like earthquakes and landslides. Eruption, when magma reaches the Earth's surface, some eruptions are explosive. And then our last word is vent, any opening in Earth's surface where volcanic materials come out. All right, friends, I had so much fun learning more about volcanoes. Make sure you guys are sticking around for part 2. See you there.